All right, while this is fresh in our mind, let's get to our blue packets where it says functions. And we're not going to use up this whole space because we need about half of this space for domain and range. So don't write too big. But right now, let's write some notes down on function notation. Let's make sure we've got a little bit of notes and maybe at least one example that we can look back at in case we forget how to do this when we get to our test not next Monday, but the Monday after that. So I'm going to start by writing f parentheses x, but I'm going to make myself a note about how to say that. How do I say that? F of x is how we say it. And I'm going to make that in a little speech bubble here. I don't know why I like using little speech bubbles. That's how I say f of x. And I'm going to look for a good example from our notes today. I actually kind of like the first one on the back side of our notes. I'm going to use that, but if you've got another one that you think would be better for you, go ahead and do that. The one I'm looking at, this is part A on the back side of our guided notes today. I thought this was a pretty good one, pretty easy to understand what's going on. So that was the equation they gave us for the function. F of x was negative 2x plus 4. And in the problem, they asked us to find f of negative 3. So just so I've got a good example, I'm going to show how I would do that. F of negative 3. So remind me, what do we do? When I ask you to find f of negative 3, what am I really asking you to do? Put negative 3 in place of the x? Yeah, put negative 3 in place of the x. So I'm going to rewrite my equation, leaving out the x. And I'm just going to put negative 3 in place of that x. I like arrows, so I'm going to draw some arrows. So x is becoming negative 3. And then we did some simplifying. Negative 2 times negative 3 was positive 6. And then we did plus 4, and we got 10 for our final answer. But let's show all those steps. And I think it would probably be a good idea to write out. I like seeing lots of pictures, and I like seeing lots of words in my notes, because if it's just numbers and equations, I get kind of jumbled up. So I'm going to write myself a little note here that says f of negative 3 means replace x with negative 3 and simplify. All right, that way if I ever get stuck on a problem that looks like this, I've got myself a nice example. I've explained it kind of in my own words, what I'm doing. If you think it would help you to put another example in there, go ahead and do that. These are your notes. You've got space to do that. Again, you probably want to leave about half of this space, the bottom half down here, to do domain and range when we get to that on Friday, but that should be good for us. All right, now we are done with our stuff today. You guys did an awesome job today.